Alright. Alright, we're gonna be doing box 217. I'm gonna be on a time crunch because I gotta go to Indianapolis. Sweet penny under. Alright. Well, let's do this. Alright, 1958 Denver. Sweet penny number 1. First sweet penny of the day. Canadian penny. Oh, sweet penny. Looks older. 1927 Philly. Not bad. Bad size, 27S. Sweet penny number 2. 17 Philly. Greedy. 1958 Denver. We pay number 3. Hello, viewer. Oh, 09. Let's see, Canadian penny. Weedy. 1951 Philly. That's number 4. Another one. 1947 Denver. Wheat penny number 5. Another wheat penny. 1958 Denver. Heck, another one. Oh, there's number 59. 1958 Denver. Wheat penny number 6. Getting a bunch of them today. 17 Philly. Hello, viewers. I have spawned in. My YT is bugging out though. Okay, have a nice one. Have a nice enjoyment of this stream. It's just going to be long and annoying. Another wheat penny. Seriously, we're not even through the first 10 rolls yet? 19... Oh, there's two. 1958 Denver, 1944 Philly. Two wheat pennies. Not bad. That's number 8 and 9. Or number 7 and 8, actually. $17 Philly. Hello, more. Anyway, 10 rolls in. We shot 2 wheat pennies. We got 8. Nice. No. It's hunting for the... I'm not able... Oh, Toxic Gamer. I'm like... It took me a while to see who you are. He's hunting for the 1 out of million. Oh, yeah, you're actually pretty damn right. The 1909 VDB-S. The rarest date penny of the Lincoln Penny series. A simple 1909 VDBS wheat penny could demand prices and average grades of roughly $900 plus. They are very hard to come by. Again, they can go into the 4-digit value. Ooh, what did you do? I'll try to read your chat, but I am on a little bit of a hurry because I have to go to Indianapolis. 17 Philly. You know, I think it'd be cool in Fallout is to pretend to be a raider in Nuka World and then use the Minutemen and turn on them and wipe all the raiders out in Nuka World on Fallout 4. Oh, come on, get some of these. For 1952 Denver. Wheat penny number 9. Honestly, I'm going to be a nerd here, but wheat pennies are canon in Fallout, although they don't make an appearance or they're not told about. Simple. Wheat pennies were struck in 1909. So therefore... And a calibrate. God damn! Hella luck. Did you, 17 Philly. Did you boost your luck, my little bro? Did my man's boost his luck? You probably have gun nut too or something. Because I swear, when you when you kill things that drop guns, I don't think you can get the modifications. Like for example, if you can't get, that's not bad actually. I don't think you can get like gun nut rank 5 or like 4 guns if you're like rank 2, if I'm not wrong. Correct me. It's Canadian penny. I think it looks like a Wheatie. No, it's not. You know what I want to see in Fallout 5 if it ever exists? I want to see like more power. Like, for example, I wish I wish in Fallout 4 when you have like the Minutemen, like after you get the castle, like you can get like troops. You can send in troops with you. Like you could say, hey, I want to go take out I want to go take out this area. And like you could go send troops with you or go send them to like do shit. And I think it happens after you do the Minutemen quest, or Minutemen ending. But I think I'd like to see him walk around. Yeah, you know, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like 38 receivers on a combat rifle. It does more damage and it uses ammo. That is way common. I usually go with 308 on the combat rifle when I can get it. And if I run out, I go down to 45. And if I run out of that, I go down to 38. By the time I get halfway through my 38, I get enough bullets to go back to 308 and recycle over and over again. Or I just manufacture bullets. I'm already starting to think of some plans of how I'm going to build the castle. I want to definitely build it as a really cool-ass looking base. 17 Philly. Ready. The bloody laser rifle I have. Hold on. What is that one again? I remember once I accidentally dropped Righteous Authority, but I noticed soon enough to where I could find it. Oh, and bloody what I got. I am dealing with 200 damage if I have 1 HP on level. That is stupid. Well, I think Bloodied is the one that does that double if it targets at full health, right? Alright, 20 rolls in. We should have 4 wheat pennies. We got 9. Doing good. Rifleman 3. Rifleman 3, yeah. Pretty good. That's a weedy. 1945 Philly. Wheat penny number 10. And 1952 Denver. Wheat penny number 11. Do you Nah, Bloody is one where you have... Oh, nice. Do you profit from this? No, I don't. It's a hobby. Nope, no, Weedy looks a little older. Oh, never mind. 1942 Philly. Wheat penny number 12. Weedy. I'm gonna be right back. No problem. Philly. Ooh. 1924 Denver. Do I have it? Oh! Holy shit! 1924 Denver! Yo, that's rare. That's very rare. 3 million! The lowest minted penny I've ever found! Yo! Super rare! $19.24 Denver ranks the 5th rarest Wheatie. I just found the 5th rarest wheat penny. Holy shit. And if it wasn't S. Oh, that would have been still good. 12 million. That is the rarest wheat penny I've ever found. There's only 3 million of these were struck. They made up, let's see, they make up only 0.01% of all wheat pennies and only 2% of their year. 1924 Denver. Legit, yeah, it's a 24 Denver. Look at that! 1924 Denver. Wheat penny number 13. Yo! I'm like, okay, it's gotta be rare, but that rare? This is a game changer, chat. I have hope. You have no idea how much hope I have. I just found the 5th rarest wheat penny ever struck up. How much are they worth? And circulated, it could be worth $20 to $100. This is like a $20 penny right here. Again, this could be worth $20 to $100. That's a very, very good find. That right there is probably my most valuable wheat penny I own. That's insane. Why do I keep saying I have hope? Because my rarest wheat penny was a 32 Denver. There were only 13 million ever struck. And now that penny I found has only 3 million ever struck. There could be less than 100,000 of those actively circulating the United States in the world. There could be less than like 500,000 to 100,000 to 500,000. Canadian. That's an insane find. If I didn't find wheat pennies for the rest of this box, I'd still be very happy. That I've never found a penny that rare before. Scientifically. That is super insane. I just went from finding my rarest wheat penny went from being the 29th most rare to now it is the 5th most rare. Again, why do I say hope, right? If I can find a 3 million minted wheat penny, then technically, if I try hard enough, I can find anything more common than that. It did take that long, though. I want to say, oh, it's not as impressive as like a 1909 Espo. That's impressive. No matter where you put that at, even if they're in shitty condition, which it's a relatively decent condition. I mean, yeah, the top of the ears are a little bit faded. You can actually still see the lines. So that's actually pretty good. Not like sparkling clean wheat penny. You get the gist, though. Yeah, you can actually see it right here. If I move it, 1924 Denver is the 5th rarest wheat penny. Actually, the 5th rarest penny variety ever struck. Not including errors or proofs. That's the 5th most rarest penny and 5th most rarest wheat penny. Again, there could less than 10% of those specific pennies could be circulating right now. Man, if that was uncirculated, examples can range to $30, but that's obviously not uncirculated. Damn. I have hope that I can get those wheat pennies. Not that I didn't have any before, but now here's a rule I have. And I think it's a very good rule or principle of life. If something can occur, then theoretically, you can replicate it again. If I found a 1924 that's like a 3 million minted penny, then I can do it again. Man, I'm like, if it was an S mint, a 1924 S, that'd be really nice. But the fact that it was a Denver, which again is the rarest of the 1924s, is a pretty good find. I could find no more wheat pennies for the rest of this box. That could have been the only wheat penny for this box. I would still be extremely satisfied. I'm so grateful. That was a massive stroke of luck. We got including this roll, we got 21 rolls. Canadian penny. Because again, I said to myself, oh, there's 24. It's got a mint mark. If it's a 20s or a 10s, it's a mint mark. It's pretty rare. I didn't think it'd go down the three. I just got checked. No way. 1924 Denver. No way that's 3 million. I just gotta make sure, right? I'm gonna slap myself. Ow. Okay, I'm not dreaming. 1924 Denver, 3 million. Nope, I'm not tripping balls. That is the third. That is a very rare repenny. Again, I'd say under 50 million is pretty uncommon, but under like 10 million, 15 million or under is where it really starts to get foggy. Under 10 million is very, very uncommon. Like, because most of those pennies, you gotta remember that's. Oh, my 20 rolls to go, 30 rolls in. We should have 6 free pennies. We got 13. Doing very good. Actually, there's another one. Another rare wheat penny. Another 1958 Denver. Wheat penny number 14. Not bad. That penny's very common. 58 Denvers are very common. Oh my gosh, that just made my whole day. That made my whole ass week, chat. Oh, that's a flex. It's bad, but I'd take that over a $50 bill. $50 bills are common. That thing right there ain't. Of course, I'll keep it. I was going to sell 1909 VDBS, but if I find one, I'm going to keep it. $1,000 is a good amount of money, but it's not worth the time I put in to get these pennies. What month? Oh, that made my whole month. By the way, it doesn't sound like that much. I want you to remember this. It takes me an hour to an hour and a half to go through a box. I've been through 217 boxes. I've even had 1,000 wheat pennies gifted to me. That is the first penny I've ever got my hands on under the 10 million mintage mark. My rarest was the 32 Denver, which is 13 million made. That's 3. There were only 3 million pennies. 3 million of those 24 Denvers. But you might be asking, okay, that's a lot of pennies. Actually, no, it's not. 3 million. I want you to compare this number to 550 billion, which is how many pennies exist in total. Yes, you just heard me right. 550 billion. A billion is 1,000 times a million. So 333 times 500. By the way, and this is hold on. Let's see. 550 billion. Let's see. 3 divided by 550,000, which is roughly how much it is. If you turn over a penny, that's math with Abbott. That's your percentage to find what I just found per penny. And actually, no, it's much lower because that's if no pennies have ever been destroyed. However, they have. That's an old penny. That wheat penny is 101 years old. Most of the pennies in its year are... most of the 24 Denvers are probably gone or lost to time, making them even more uncommon. There are 27.5 billion wheat pennies, and only 3 million of them, or 0.01%, were that penny. So that means if you gathered up every single wheat penny into a jar, right? Or maybe even like a metaphorically deep jar, whatever, right? Right? And you reach your hand in blind and you pick a wheat penny, it's got a 0.01% chance, so roughly 1 in a 1 in 10,000 chance of being that penny. Even that is pretty low odds. It'd take me 100 straight dollars of wheat pennies. $100 of wheat pennies to find one. Mathematically. But here's the catch. A wheat penny, there's another one right there, speaking of devil. It's a 1944 Denver. Wheat penny number 15. Wheat pennies usually only drop at a rate of roughly 1 out of 250. Making rare wheat pennies far more uncommon. Even if you search boxes. But again, to people that may be like, oh, that's not an accomplishment, you found that penny. Let me remind you, I have been searching pennies for 2 2/3 of a year. 2 years and 8 months. Almost. 2 years, 7 months. That's a long time. That is about, I want to say, a fifth of my life. Actually, no, I'm low. Like 10% of my life, I've searched coins. And it took me... Exactly. So again, to restate it, that's insane luck. Those pennies don't drop for shit. You have a better chance. And I can mathematically say this. You have a better chance of wandering your ass in the glowing sea and picking up a explosive combat shotgun. You could probably find at least 10 of those bad boys before you even get a chance of getting that one. But again, there are only 4 wheat pennies more rare than that one I just found. The rarest being the 1909 VDBS with a rarity of like 0.0000000%, 0.01%. You are a several hundred times better chance to get struck by lightning than to find that wheat penny. At my current rate, it'd take me 11 and a half years to find that wheat penny. And if you take 3 million's rare, the 1909 VDBS, there's only 484,000 that were struck. But there are some stories that go around saying most likely only 20,000 circulate. 20,000 in a sea of billions of pennies is absolutely nothing. That is not a drop in a bucket. That is a drop in like 5... That is a drop in an Olympic-sized swimming pool. That is a needle, not in a haystack, but an entire pasture of hay. Again, I've been through over 1.5 U.S. tons of pennies. I am not joking that. 1.5 U.S. tons, provided 22% of the pennies I collect are copper. Or like a 22% copper rate, I search 1.5 ton. Now, it took me all that time, all that weight of pennies just to get that one. When do you gotta go? By the end of the stream? Probably have to leave here in like 23 minutes. Well, more than enough time to search the final rules. 17 Philly. There's 17 Philly. By the way, could I go right now and could I spend hundreds of dollars to go get all the wheat pennies? Yes, I could do it right now. Nothing would stop me except for the fact I have to go to Indianapolis in about less than half an hour. But theoretically, I could do it. But that's not as fun, like, right? That's not as fun as finding the wheat pennies. Like, for example, Mount Everest. Could you go take a helicopter? Could you go up to Mount Everest? Theoretically, yeah, you could pay a lot of money to do it. However, you didn't do anything. You flew to Mount Everest. Yeah, whatever. We could talk about flying, whatever, how tough it is to fly up there, right? But you didn't hike up the mountain. You didn't do any of the work. You just paid to get yourself there. And that's how I view my penny collection. I want to work and get there. There's more pride in saying you found all of them than, oh, I just have them. Is my chances of getting them all low without buying? Yes, and that's what adds on to the fun and challenge of it. Wait, man, there's a waiting. Alright, apologies for the Fallout, but I'm gonna stream next on Friday. Of course, I do Fallout Friday. I do Borderlands if you're interested, or Cherry or Ashmere. Alright, 10 rolls to go. We're almost done. Let's finish this off good. And then we have more than 21 minutes. We have enough time. We can do this. At least I got plenty of times to catch up. Yeah. You know what, guys? I'm honestly thinking, what if we did, like, one day we did a playthrough of, like, Fallout Survival, but I don't know how it would work, but roads only. Either that or road loot only, so that means I have to kill the enemy on a road to get the loot, and I can't get loot outside of the roads. Some C-Day shit, by the way. Or I could do, like, pistol only. Or, oh god, bats only. I'm not going down to Caltrops. You will not make me go to Caltrops. We're not doing it. I value my sanity, you know that? Sweetie. 1944 filling. Rarest sweet penny. Just kidding. Section most common. That's number 16. Essentially. I will say the good thing about pistols is the 10mm pistol is one of the earliest guns that can receive a suppressor from leveling up Gun Nut. You have to be Gun Nut 2 to unlock the suppressor, which unlocks at level 8, which is 13. Whereas to get like suppressors on like hunting rifles, combat rifles, and assault rifles, you have to be level 39 if I'm not wrong. By the way, we should have 8 wheat pennies. We have 16. We had 15 before we started. So we're pretty well above average. You could still use laser pistols. Oh yeah, laser pistols, yeah. Let's see, so 44, what would I count? 44 revolver, laser pistol, pipe pistol, 44 revolver, pipe bolt action pistol. I have a good way to count it. Your hands have to hold it like a pistol. So, for example, this would exclude the hunting rifle, as the hunting rifle, although when it doesn't have a stock, you put your forehand on the handguard of the gun. Therefore, it's not a pistol. You have to hold it like a pistol for it to be a pistol. And plus, it doesn't count from the rifleman, or not. It doesn't count from the gunslinger perks. Honestly, I think a pistol run would be somewhat easy, not counting the fact that you probably couldn't hit shit for like past 50 yards for the first hour and a half of the game. There's an 09. We'll say a good thing about that is that it would be pistols, although they don't do as much damage. At least they're lighter. You can carry more ammo. And again, pipe pistols, honestly, I think that'd be easy, because pipe pistols use 38. And, yeah. You can, and 38's everywhere. And from a stupid exploit of the challenge, you can use 50 cal, because you could do the stupid bastardization conversion called switching a full action pipe pistol to a damn 50 cal. How it doesn't explode the gun. I forgot you could convert the revolver to the 308. And it's not because I'm a noob. It's because I just don't give a shit about the revolver. It looks like ass and it fires like it. Oh, and the iron sights, I don't care for the revolver, are ass. The U-shaped iron sights for the pipe guns are shit. So you might be asking, why don't you use them? I like the reflex sight, I just don't like, actually. I don't know why I said I like it. It's because it just blocks so much of my screen. And, I just don't like it. Fit 6 bullets. I don't know. You're talking about the gun that can somehow chamber a 38 caliber. No, not 38. I don't know what I said. I meant to say 50 caliber. A 50 caliber bullet that is notorious for being extremely volatile if you don't fire it from a good gun. The bullet would probably explode that gun into pieces. 50 calibers are so strong you could shoot it at 12 inches of wood and it'll still keep going to kill whatever's on the other side. I don't care how bad I am of saying this. They need to... 50 cal should have had double or triple its damage for how rare it is. Because honestly, 50 cal is an insanely powerful bullet compared to like a 308 or a 5.56. I wonder how many people forget that the 38's essentially like a pistol round. Pistol revolver round. I see one. 1957 Denver, wheat penny number 17. Here, yep, there's the Canadian penny. The Fat Man launching a 12-pound bomb with a spring. Yeah, by the way, spring mechanisms, of course, they only work with lightweight projectiles, which is why Nerf guns can shoot shit. Never mind it. Honestly, I like to think the Fat Man's more of a pneumatic, maybe spring hybrid. But, like, the range of the Fat Man is ridiculous. I mean, like, honestly, if it was pneumatic, you'd have to have an air compressor. And there's obviously no air compressor. Those are the springs of God right there. Holy shit. If they can launch a 12-pound bomb through the air at roughly 100 yards. Patent that shit. Estimate. But don't you try to just refill the air? I mean, if you use compressed air, you have to have a compressor. And a air compressor is bulky, it's loud, and it draws a lot of electricity. Honestly, unless it's like one of those dumb charge-up air guns. But how you could do that, how you could charge up air that pressure manually, I can't comprehend it. Again, I'm sorry if I keep saying this so many times. You're dealing with the same universe that still uses water-cooled guns after a nuclear detonation. There is no excuse. If your society has nukes, and heaven forbid, laser and plasma guns, there is no place in the world for water-powered guns. Yeah. Last rule. No kidding. Like the assault rifle in Fallout, if you modify and kit the hell out of it, you can get it to weigh... Oh, that's not 21... There's no way that's kilograms. The weight in Fallout is pounds. 17 Philly. Exactly. Oh yeah, 21 kilo. I don't know a lot of metric, but I do know 21 kilo is still a good amount because a kilogram is a pound is 2.2 kilos. Again, I fired guns. I've used an MP5. I've used an AK-47. I've used. Oh no, we're done by the way. I've used an AR-15. I've used an MMP-15-22 pistol. I've used pistols, and I've used bolt-action rifles, and I even have a big-ass shotgun. The shotgun's the heaviest thing I have. I think it's like 13 pounds. One hand. Yeah, no kidding. Okay. We are Dunzo Bunzo. Don't know why I said that, because I'm a corny-ass mofo. Okay, time to enter in the data. I mean, like, why are they so heavy? It's because Fallout, the guns in Fallout are stuck in the wood and steel era. Honestly, I think we started getting polymer guns roughly around the 70s. Wait, I bet, especially with guns like the M16 and M16A1, and then later the Glock, spawned the origin of quote-unquote space material guns. Give me a second. Alright, pennies. We got 17 of those. We're doing that 24 Denver. Bicentennials, we got 3 of those. 17 Phillies. We got 11. Estimates, we only got 1. Woody, we got 4. Canadian pennies, we got 5. No Indian head cents. Time to count up all those coppers. $591 of those. Okay, I'll reference. My shotgun weighs roughly 10 pounds. A 20-pound gun is stupid. 20. I mean, that shotgun again. It's 10 pounds. I'm like I'm a young adult and wielding it. It's a little bit heavier for me. I don't like limp dick that shit, for lack of a better term, but I can wield the shotgun, and even that is starting to get heavy. I can't even imagining handling a 20-pound gun with ammo in it. That is ergonomically a nightmare. A damn PPSH is 12 pounds. I'm referencing the assault rifle, and the reason it's so heavy is because the assault rifle is a water-cooled gun. The barrel is filled with water, except for where, like the handguard is filled with water, except for where that other drum, where the barrel is. Okay, guys, I'd like to sit around and talk, but I have to go. Alright, guys, thank you for watching. That was a pretty good day. Estimates. And I'll see you tomorrow for Terraria. Unfortunately, I will not be able to stream Minecraft today because I have run out of time. See you, man. See you tomorrow for Terraria and another penny box. Peace.